What does a well-designed framework look like to implement generative AI successfully to scale?
I think about it in three ways. The first one is the awareness, right? Do we have a compliance program? Do we have a policy? The second thing I would say to you is then, do I have the view of it? Do I have the visibility to all the things that are out there? So the third thing, and I think the place where the CIOs come into play, is really around the plan. How am I going to manage that data? How am I going to secure that data? How am I going to know all of these places where this stuff is generated so that I can reply to someone who says, can you prove to me how that was delivered?
You mentioned the learning from previous technology waves.
Yep.
What makes that sort of possible?
I think the more things change, I think the more they're the same. And I think if I think about what we did over the last probably 3 or 4 years, we ran to the cloud, we got our things, we let our people go, and then the license bills started to come in and they were going up. All of a sudden it became an issue. And you realize that we had kind of duplicative efforts or overlaps. And so we spent 2 years cleaning that up. Think about if I take my data to the application layer, I'm going to have every one of those application players asking me for license costs. That's a non-starter, right? That's not going to kind of generate well with any of us. So we can't think of it by an application solution. We have to think about it as a data solution. As a CIO, I think our responsibility is to create that framework that allows us to be able to allow multiple LLMs to plug in, but yet to be able to make sure that we can see that they're secure, to make sure that we can automate those things, make sure that we can plug them in and understand where the data is coming from.
You're sort of auditing as you go along.
You have to build that into the fabric or you're not going to be able to get it. We struggle with the volume of data today that we own and the cost of data that we own. If we start generating 2x the data or information above and beyond, we're never going to be able to reel that back in.